This tutorial will cover how to create your own template with Palmtech Inspector. To get started, we're going to start a new inspection with Palmtech and choose the form we want to modify. So we'll click on Start a New Inspection. We'll choose the master template and click OK. We're going to name the file My Test and then click Save. Now we're ready to get started. Most inspectors like to change the templates to fit how they inspect. They like to rearrange the order of the items, add stuff in, take things out, and we're going to take a look at how this is done. First off, we're going to rearrange the categories. Let's say you like to inspect the roof as soon as you arrive at a property. To move the roof category in the list, simply click on the roof and drag it to be right after general information. Roof is now number 2 in our list. To rearrange categories, all you have to do is click on the category you want to move and then drag it into the position you want it to be in. So we'll change air conditioning and put that right under structure. Another change inspectors like to make is to rename their categories. Let's click on the Exterior Surface and Components category. Let's say instead of Exterior Surface and Components, you'd like to call this just Exterior. To do this, go to Tools, Rename Category, and then we'll just type the change we want to make. After you've made your changes, click OK. And now the category is just called Exterior. Another change you can make is to delete categories from an inspection. Let's say you do not inspect outbuildings. All you have to do is right-click on the category with your mouse and choose Delete from the menu. It'll ask if you're sure you want to delete this category. Say yes. And now outbuilding has been removed. That is how you delete categories from the inspection. The last change you can make with categories is to add one in. A common change that inspectors make is to add in their inspection agreement. What we're going to do is add in an inspection agreement category. To do this, first go to Tools, Add a Category. It'll say, do you want to copy an existing category? Say no. We're going to name this category Inspection Agreement. We don't want line numbers or readings in this category, so we'll uncheck the box and then click OK. We'll check Insert at Top because we want this category to be first in our list, and then we'll click OK. Now you see that the Inspection Agreement category has been added into our list. If you click on Inspection Agreement, you'll see we have a blank Inspection Agreement category. To add our agreement in, we're going to go to Tools, Add Component. From our library of components, we're going to choose Inspection Agreement, and then click OK. As you can see now, we have a place we can copy and paste in language for your use for your agreement and make it part of your report. For more information on inspection agreements, see the tutorial titled Adding an Inspection Agreement. That's how you work with categories. Now we'll take a look at lines. First, let's click on the Lots and Grounds category. Let's say the first thing you inspect when you get to a property are the fences. So we'll want to make the fences first. Just like categories, you can drag and drop lines to the place you want by clicking the green button to the left of the line. So we'll left click on fences and then drag it up to the top of the list. Now fences is at the top. You can rename a line by double-clicking on the item text. Let's say you don't have stoops in your area and you want to rename steps and stoops to just say steps. You can do this by double-clicking on the text and typing the text in to read exactly how you want. So we'll change this to just say steps. When you're finished, click OK. So now your line just reads steps. If you don't inspect lawn sprinklers and you want to remove it from the report, you can do this by right-clicking on the line for lawn sprinklers and clicking Delete Line. It'll say, are you sure you want to delete this line? Say yes. And now that line has been removed from your report. Lastly, you can add in new lines. To add a new line in, go to Tools, Add a Line. You can choose from different line types. One question, one answer is the most commonly used line type, but in general information there are lines that use both 2 questions answers as well as 3. You can also add in a yes-no option, a standalone note, checkboxes, or an option list. You can use a text piece where you can add a block of text to your report. You can insert page breaks, and the final line type is for an electronic signature. We're going to pick one question, one answer. We are adding in a line for fountain, so let's type in fountain as the screen prompt. We'll click OK when we're finished. As you can see, our new line for fountain has been added in. We have taken a look at how to rearrange items, how to add and delete items, and how to rename them to make the inspection the way you like, which will help you be the most efficient inspector that you can. The last step that we need to do is go to Tools, Save as Template, so that the next time we start a new inspection, the work that we have done here will be available. The first window that appears asks if we want to erase the data that has been entered before creating the new template. This means that somewhere in the template we have an answer typed in, so we want to click Yes. Next is a window that allows us to give our template a name. Let's call this Master with Changes. And we'll click OK. When it is done saving your new template, you will have the option to send the new template to your handheld. And if you say yes, it'll send the newly created template to your Pocket PC. This concludes the Creating Your Own Template tutorial.